Yo, hey, what's up guys? It finally happened. Some people were able to get Lamasu, the champion that you can get for free from the Siege mode. And this account comes from my good buddy Chris. I want to quickly say thank you that you just shared your account, that I can make a cheeky little showcase and show you guys off what this champion can actually do, because there are questions. I basically had the chance already to test everything out, but I will get you through the adventure that I had, like basically testing everything out that is kind of important on this champion. But first of all, let's check out the kit. Attacks all enemies on the A1 and a 70% chance for a decreased attack is nice. Like, it's really not that bad. Like, it's kind of useful. And on the A2 has a 100% chance. Okay, basically you put out block buffs and true fear on normal champions, and you will put out block buffs plus decreased speed on bosses. So this skill, to be honest guys, for PvP, having 2 turns of true fear on you is scary, to be honest. That is not a joke. Let's check out the A3. That is where I had some questions and all that. So what is the case? Removes all debuffs from a single ally except this champion and places 2 intercept stacks on them. Intercept is cool, but yeah, it's a cool thing. Let me say it like that. Also fills the target's ally. Wait, let me say that again. Also fills the target ally's turn meter by 50%. 50% is huge, and resets the cooldowns of all their skills. And that is maybe where I think the champion is gonna shine the most. That is not gonna happen too often, that you completely can reset skills of a champion. That is really nice. I like it, and that's where I had some questions. For example, is this skill right there, is it resettable? That is like, can I use a Painkeeper to reset this skill even further? And we will test out all that, don't you worry. The passive champion is immune to sheep. It's for PvP only. It could play a major role, to be honest. Being immune to sheep could be a huge thing for you in some scenarios, because you also do debuffs, so you are in kind of a fear to get sheeped. Each debuff placed by this champion decreases the turn meter, decreases the target's turn meter by 5% and permanently decreases their resistance and accuracy by 10, stacks up to 100. If you have a little bit of a longer fight, and that could be huge that you get the accuracy and resistance down, like they cannot place any debuffs on you anymore or something like that, it could be huge. But what we're gonna test now is, first of all, Lamasu. Can you reset the reset skill? Basically her skills. What we're gonna do is quickly go on Doom Tower. Alright, that is kind of awkward that it resets right now, but let's just check out something. That could be huge. For real, that could be huge. And that was the first thing I had on my basically to checklist. And then we go really nice because we have Yumeko on here. And we also can see kind of, you maybe get spoiled a little bit what we're gonna test in a little bit. So, Lamasu. Let me put that on 2. That is, wait, which one is the reset? That one is the reset skill. We're just gonna fire it now. It's not gonna do anything, but we just wanna get it on cooldown at the moment. So Lamasu's things are on cooldown right now, and we're gonna decrease cooldowns right here. And you already saw it, it worked. So you can also reset this skill. That is really nice. Like, that has huge potential. To be honest, it does not matter if you have Yumeko on the end or just Renegades, Painkeepers have a good setup on the end. Don't you forget, this champion is basically for free. At some point everybody will get it. And yeah, just for the thing that we just have used it, for everybody, this is how the skill looks. Looks cool, like, I like it. And let's just do one time A1, just so everybody has seen it already, and that's the A1. A1 looks, to be honest, quite nice, quite nice. So, we already tested, yes, you can reset this champion. So what is kind of the table? Like, just, I know I would show you something with a Yumeko right now, but we're just gonna quickly go in here and put in Lamasu and Yumeko, because those are 2 reset champions, and that's why I think the champion's gonna shine on the end really huge. What you have kind of really nice setups for teams and all that. But let's just go in there and put quickly Yumeko. Before we're gonna show off what I really mean, we're gonna test out how is the targeting system of Lamasu. Kind of, does this champion on auto always put it on the leader or something? So that's what we're gonna test next. Put it like this. The rest of the team isn't really so important, I think. Yes, just so if it goes on the leader, wait, let's put it other way. If it goes on the leader, it should be Yumeko. That is another huge thing on this champion. How does she actually perform when she just does it on auto? That is super important for your teams on the end. So we're gonna use, wait, okay, she doesn't. Did I still have the presets set up? I think I did one yesterday or something. No, not really. It's kind of awkward. I see you in a second. So we are back. Let's try out where she's actually gonna aim her reset skill. Best scenario, always the leader. Worst scenario, some conditions on it. So let's see it. And it got actually not on Yumeko. So that was the first test I was doing. And then also kind of why did the champion just skip Yumeko? And it would be just funny if it would be programmed, you know, that she's never doing it on Yumeko because like it could be kind of broken, but more about that in a second. So I thought to myself, why is it actually going on Yumeko? So I tested something else. I put in a Wixwell because I had kind of a feeling that is kind of buff based, because Yumeko has one more buff on the beginning than all the others, but then I put in another champion like Wixwell that also gets a buff right on the beginning. So basically everybody of them two has the same, and I was testing like, oh wait, I need to put it in there. Oh, see you in a second. So before we had Yumeko with one more buff than all the others, and now we have another Wixwell in there that has one more buff too. So Yumeko and Wixwell have one buff, and just Lamasu has nothing. So where does that reset go automatically? It is going on Yumeko. So we can already see it is kind of dependable for buffs. It's searching for buffs. But not only this, I have kind of bad news for everybody that wants to create like an auto team at all. Let's put just something else in here just so we can kind of see. Just, it really does not matter what we put in here. When you press the auto button, basically, it is kind of dependable for buffs. It searches who has the least buffs and all that. And then when everybody has the same buffs, then she is gonna search for who has not intercept. And she puts that intercept on right there. And afterwards, she is gonna search for who has the lowest amount on intercept on a champion. For example, like everybody had 2 stacks of intercept, then Marshalt loses 1, and then Marshalt is the next one that gets basically targeted by the reset skill. And to be honest, it is so much work to make a full auto team with Lamasu. On the end, maybe for some dungeons where it's not so complicated and all that, that could be done for a seer setup or something. That could be actually done, but for something like a Hydra, it is on auto just going all over the board and you have basically no control. Is it a bad thing? Obviously not the worst thing in the world. To be honest, like who doesn't like a free reset? Because the champion still does the block buffs. It still does the decrease speed in here. And we don't have too many block buffs champions. So every block buffs champion is kind of appreciated and also does bring the decrease attack, the decrease speed. So it's a really good puzzle system for your team, but just the reset skill is just going wherever it wants to be. So, but where does Lamasu really shine? You already see the Yumeko in there and you might kind of thought for yourself, wait, can you just endlessly reset now if you don't need the 2 Yumekos anymore? Can I just use 1 Yumeko and the free champion that we will get at some point? And yes, you can basically do it like this. You reset Yumeko, Yumeko resets everybody. Then you do whatever your champions have in mind. And that's what I mean a little bit by funky compositions where everything is a little bit, yeah, you need some resets in this champion and this champion boosts the others and some funky things going on. And basically we are back, like let's putting out Yumeko and then we're gonna put out this. We have been resetting Lamasu again, so we can repeat that endlessly. That is exactly what the 2 Yumekos does. But also these days, usually this team is gonna be kind of a really good one on the end. Usually 2 Yumekos these days with Trunda, they are out. They are not that great anymore, to be honest, for real. I'm sorry about that one, but Lamasu and Yumeko, since you need a really good team on the end, you need the block buffs. You need still the provoke and all that, even in your Trunda teams or something. So this team could be really efficient, because what you're gonna do if you would be having Trunda, we know these days, if you use your Trunda, you have to basically wait. You're not gonna fire that A2 of Trunda every time, but what you can do basically, it would be something like this. You use your decreased speed and all that, and Yumeko does basically whatever she does. So every second time you use your Yumeko and your Lamasu, you could get block buffs out of it, a free hex, and you're still totally in rotation. So just imagine this would be Trunda, you kill something, then you go back on your Lamasu and Yumeko, and every second, basically every second time they come around, you do the resetting thing, and you got basically a block buffs in there for free, and a decreased speed that could be huge, to be honest, for Trunda teams. It feels kind of sad to say it like that, but that's where I think is gonna be the most shining point in a Trunda team on the end. You don't probably need a Yumeko. You can set up a team that I did before, like where I just replaced this champion with the Nia, because this champion also has a little bit of advantage about other resetters. This one is also filling your turn meter. So whoever you want to reset with Lamasu, on manual of course, you basically can do it while the other champion is super slow. It does not kind of matter how slow that champion is. When you use this skill on your target, the champion will probably have the next turn, or is just right away from having a turn. So that is huge, to be honest, and I really like that one. So I kind of, for myself, I have some funky things in my head where I kind of would test it out with a Trunda. If I would use her on a normal team, I don't know too much. But yeah, that is probably the most shining thing. For full auto teams, you got a nice and clean block buffs and decreased speed. What is super appreciated, plus the decreased attack. That is huge. Let's be for real, guys. That is huge for a Hydra team. Super things that you can build up a puzzling system where you bring the provoke, the increased speed, decreased defense, and all the other things. And this champion is basically covering a couple of roads. Just on auto, the reset skill is not gonna go where you actually want it. But for full manual teams, guys, I think we got a champion. To be honest, I think this champion could be covered in way more world record teams and all that, because it delivers a lot of things. But also, what I kind of want to show you a little bit is kind of in arena. I thought it's a little bit funny. You can do some stupid things. What I mean is in live arena. I'm gonna show it you right here. Don't you worry. You just imagine it's gonna be live arena, and you bring those champions on the board. Let's just quickly put them out. Let's say you wanna troll a little bit. These days, if you have a Yumeko, I know that is not the most accessible thing but I'm still looking for the funny stuff and all that, not just take it too serious. Is this champion the most meta thing for arena? Probably not, but you can do kind of funny things, because usually in live arena you cannot bring duplicates. So 2 Yumekos, you cannot troll anymore, kind of never let them have a turn. For the last 2 champion, I just take whatever quickly. I think it will be okay. I put that one right there. And let's put, just for the meme, just for the old Wixper. Yeah, bye-bye. But let's go in. If you're faster than the others, you can do exactly the same thing that you did on Hydra. You just reset forever. That is a nice turn meter boost. Like, if you go first with your Lamasu, the turn meter boost is huge. Like, for real, you take the next turn. And then we're gonna go like this. Do a little bit damage. I think you know already where that goes towards. Like this. Let's put it like this. and you just reset them over and over and over, so they basically get never a skill. I thought kind of reflect damage kind of thing, where you never actually attack them, they just A1 you, you heal, you have reflect damage. It kind of worked, but it took forever, and if they have like Life Drinker or something, they probably won't die, so it's just slowly kill him, huh? Oh, he's actually doing some damage with us. Hell yeah. So, alright, and then you get the point. You can endlessly reset. I don't think they have skills where I can reset anymore. That's right, they didn't show anything. And come on, just kill him. But again, if you put it on auto, it's different. It will not go like you want to. And it's kind of, yeah, alright. But overall, the champion really nice. And for normal teams, we don't actually know what the perfect setup is right now. There could be some huge advantages in live arena sometimes when you want to counter something like a Leorius, what we see right now, but overall not the best champion at the moment, but it could turn out later on that's super crazy. For champions like Leorius, for example, and other ones that is basically super annoying when they have some sort of buffs, then also this champion is basically really good. You put the block buffs out there, you increase, you're gonna decrease the turn meter over there, but it can be easily countered by Stone Skin. That is a huge problem, so maybe if you can get rid of the Stone Skin before Lamasu is gonna do something, then yes, huge, like having 2 turns of True Fear out there, it is really annoying. You know how it is, that 50% is triggering way more often than you actually want. And we're gonna just use something like this. And let's kill him off. So the champion overall has some advantage that is really cool. Like, it's not unuseful because like the turn meter right now is gonna be huge. Let's give it to, let's see if we can get a turn before Arbiter on our, oh wait, no, okay, she got a turn before. But yeah, you see already it's a nice turn meter boost. You can reset yourself, and it's a cool champion, but it has kind of a little bit of counters like the Stone Skin, or probably like block. If they just go faster than you, then block debuffs and all that. So in some scenarios, this champion's really good. In some scenarios, it's not really that great. So it's more like a counter that you bring on live arena for someone like Leorius or someone that is just not coming into my mind right now. But overall, the champion is a really cool one. I like it. It has huge potential, to be honest, guys. Later on, the reset between champions, or you just all the time can reset a skill of another one that is huge for the end. The new clan boss is coming around, so maybe that could be immense for you if you just go ahead and reset your things, block buffs out there, plus decrease speed, decrease attack. Everything is super cool. To be honest, I like the champion. I want it too now. I think that is another champion that is like Mifrala, like Lydia, and who else is kind of for free. You know what I mean. And those champions always have been useful in endgame, and I also think this champion can be really useful in endgame. Maybe not the best, but totally useful. So that will be the end of the video. Press the like button, subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah, have a nice day.